All right, so another debate that is unfolding on Reddit as we speak is about bikes.
Yeah.
The safety of biking in Chicago. We're not talking about accidents, but getting the bikes stolen themselves. Jake, have you ever rented a divvy or ridden your bike around Chicago?
I mean, a divvy, yeah. I mean, I've done the divvy thing before, but that's a completely different situation because you're basically just borrowing someone else's bike, and there is a safe place to put it, you know, from spot to spot. When it's your bike and you're risking, you know, leaving it outside of work or at a train station or at a restaurant or whatever the case may be. I mean, risk is an understatement, even lock or no lock these days. And that seems to be what people are talking about.
Can we flash the thread real quick again that you just had up? So the question being posed is using a public bike rack just not possible? Will my bike always get stolen? Okay, so this individual is a train commuter, and he or she lives a mile away from the train stop, so that's the daily routine. But he or she has had 3 bikes stolen. And here's the deal. She'll drop it off, ride the train, go to work, come back to that same station and find that it's been removed from the bike rack. And apparently there are these electric battery-powered angle saws that can go through the powerful U-lock. She says she's using those powerful kryptonite locks, and they just keep getting taken. And so there's a lot of folks chiming in the thread saying that's a no-no to leave your bike at the station because all the bike thieves know you're going to be gone for 8 hours.
I mean,
does that make sense?
You know, yeah, of course. Well, and if the question is my bike going to be stolen, and it's been stolen 3 times already, I think the answer is yes. You know, as much as we sort of hate to think that we can't trust people, but to your point, you know, it is a glorified sort of, you know, cornucopia of bicycles out there.
Yeah, it's a buffet.
Exactly
it's a buffet
right
for these thieves. So one of the astute recommendations that I saw is instead of locking it up right there at the station, go to a nearby storefront with a big window where there's more foot traffic.
Sure.
Because there's a lot of times at these stations when the trains are only coming in once every hour during the middle of the day, that's the buffet. But that is the buffet is rolled out for them.
You know, and I hate to think that, you know, that you can't just leave something locked up and trust. But like also in this day and age, leaving something out in public on the street for 8, 9, 10 hours, that's you know, risky. 5 times a week, you know, Monday through Friday, like that's tough. And you know, unfortunately, I hate to say it, it happens once, you know, that sucks. It happens a second time, that really sucks. But beyond that, how many more times are you going to put a bike out there before the answer to your question is yes, your bike is going to be stolen? Exactly.
So one of the other Reddit users made another suggestion. That is, there are apparently divvy bike memberships available for about 100. It's an unlimited yearly thing, and it's 140.
Right.
So maybe that's.
I mean, it's cheaper than a new bike, and or also, you know, and depending on what time you're dropping off your bike and what time you're picking it up, you know, it'd be nice if there were, you know, any sort of stores around there that's like, you know, hey, what, for $50 you can put it in the back, kind of thing. You know, if there's a local restaurant or a local store, knock on their door and say, listen, this is what's happening. If you got a you know, a supply closet or something, you know, just that it's going to be open whenever I drop it off and open when I come back. You know, if you wouldn't mind, I'll throw $50 a month your way to be able to do that.
Well, on that note, a lot of employers here in Chicago are actually starting to offer a stipend. So if you do go with that divvy option, certain, you know, medium or large size companies will say, hey, we'll give you a little commuting stipend for this if you were taking a bike instead of a car. So we got the comments activated today on our YouTube. I know some of you right now are tuning in on our website, fox32chicago.com. If you're on our YouTube channel, the comments are active. We're asking the question, are public bike racks worth the risk anymore? Let us know what you think.